Hi, and welcome to the Owatonna Today Show. I'm Shelley Whitehead. Thank you so much for joining us right here on Charter Channel 181, where you can see us 6 days a week. You can also find us on the internet. Leanne does have us on her webpage, thethirdhandvideo.com. We have our very own tab there, so check that out. You can also find us on YouTube as well as Facebook, and Leanne does upload the most recent episode right to your newsfeed, so like us. It's a great way to keep up with what's going on. We are also on Twitter, where we're going to tweet what's going on that day, so just to give you a little taste of what's going on, check that out as well, so follow us on Twitter. We do want to thank you for joining us, and we are always looking for new and interesting ideas. So if you've got something going on in your community, your business, or in your service organization, let us know. You can email Leanne Alt at 390-5751, and she'll see what she can do to get you on the schedule to show Owatonna what's going on with you. Like today, we're going to be talking about some changes that might be coming up to 26th Street, so you're going to want to stick around for that. And 'tis the season for Girl Scout cookies. We'll talk all about that right after these messages.
Hi, I'm Jody Voisin with the staff at Fairview Animal Medical Center, your other family doctor. Fairview Animal Medical Center is a proud supporter of the Owatonna Today Show.
If clothing catches fire, stop, drop, and roll. If your clothes catch on fire, do not panic and run. This only fans the fire. Stop where you are, drop to the ground, and roll over and over to smother the flames. Cover your face with your hands to protect your eyes and your throat and lungs from the burns. This has been a safety tip from the Owatonna Fire Department.
And we're back in studio. I have some amazing people with me. I do have Beth Youngquist and Ellie and Anna. Thanks you guys so much for joining me. It's a pleasure to have you. I'm so excited because I think people do look forward to Girl Scout cookie time almost as much as Christmas. Do you guys look forward to it almost as much as Christmas?
Yeah.
Maybe. You have to work harder now than at Christmas time, though, I bet. Yeah. Maybe not you.
Oh.
So let's start off with an introduction.
Okay.
Beth, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm Beth Youngquist, and I work at Wilson Elementary. I'm the assistant secretary there.
Okay, good. So your girls go there?
Actually, no.
They go to a different school?
Yes, they do.
So that's kind of good for you guys then, because if mom were working, that could be always embarrassing, especially if you get in trouble. Do you guys get in trouble? No, so that doesn't matter. Ellie, tell me a little bit about yourself.
I'm in 7th grade at Owatonna Junior High, and I'm 13.
13. And how long have you been a scout?
For about 8 years now.
Did you ever imagine you'd be a scout for this long?
No.
No? But you still love doing it?
Yeah.
Good, good. All right, Anna, tell me a little bit about you.
I am in 4th grade, and I go to Lincoln Elementary, and I'm 10 years old.
How long have you been a scout?
4.5 years.
So are you, because I know there's brownies and then Girl Scouts, because you guys are wearing different colored vests. So what are you considered? You're just a Girl Scout, straight up Girl Scout?
Junior.
I'm a junior, but I go with my sisters and my mom's group.
Okay, all right. And so you are considered a Girl Scout?
Yeah, I'm a cadet, Girl Scout.
And then, so what's the next step for you then?
I think ambassador.
Ambassador?
Yeah.
Good. So you guys have been scouting for a while now, and you've been selling cookies for a while now. And so we're talking about that today because it's kind of exciting to talk about what's going on. But I wanted to start off with Beth and talk to you a little bit about the new stuff that we've got going on. Now, I've heard in the news that you might be able to buy Girl Scouts via the internet, but not through River Valley.
Not through River Valleys. We're kind of waiting to see this year to see how it goes. Maybe let other councils get the kinks out. And,
So it's important for people to know to support our local Girl Scouts. Yes. Don't buy them online.
Yeah.
Because otherwise they'll be missing out on that opportunity.
Yes.
So how many years you've been selling Girl Scout cookies? For 8 years now?
Yep. I've been Ellie's leader since she was in kindergartner. And so yes, 8 years.
Do you feel like a pro at it, or is every year a new challenge?
Every year's a new challenge, but you know, we are always trying to sell more.
So I was wondering if you could tell me, Ellie, how many boxes did you, because you and your sister worked together, how many boxes did you two sell last year?
Last year we sold a little over 700 together, so
And how many of those did you eat personally?
I don't know.
Because I know for me, I'd be like about 100. That'd be bad. What about you, Anna? This year, do you have a goal of how many boxes you'd like to sell this year?
I think our goal is 1,000 because we're gonna try and get there's like a mini iPad.
So then you guys can share that iPad together. And so as you go out, can you do me a really quick favor? And this is going to be might be weird for you, so if you don't want to, that's okay. Could you give me your sales pitch? If you were to knock on my door, and I were to answer it, what would you say to me?
Hi. Would you like to buy some Girl Scout cookies?
And then you just need to start there. That's it. Really, Girl Scouts cookies are so well known that people really know. And do you have to ever explain what the Girl Scouts are, or do most people pretty aware of what's happening?
Sometimes they're wondering.
Yes, they need a little more explanation.
Yeah.
And so, Ellie, let's hear yours. Your Girl Scout cookie pitch.
Hi, I'm a cadet Girl Scout for the Owatonna River Valley Girl Scouts, and I was wondering if you wanted to buy some Girl Scout cookies.
Good. So now, when you do, people, of course, have their favorites. What's your favorite cookie?
I like the Thin Mints.
Thin Mints, that's a seasonal favorite. But you also have to explain some of the new ones. So why don't you tell us a little bit? You have 2 new cookies here. So tell me about the ones in the box first.
Well, this is the new Girl Scout cookie, Rah Rah Raisins. It's kind of a cookie it's like an oatmeal raisin cookie. So
And you've tried them.
yeah.
And you're a fan?
Yeah, I
Your
guess.
sister maybe likes them a little bit more than you do?
Yeah, she likes them a lot.
Okay, good. And then you have another cookie.
Well, we have these.
Can you read it?
I can't read it very well.
Toffee Tastic.
Toffee-tastic. I can't remember.
Fantastic, yeah.
That one's a gluten-free cookie, and it costs a little bit more than the regular cookies because it's for the gluten ones.
So that one is $5.50. What would a normal box of cookies cost a person?
About $4.
Okay. So do you know, and you may not know this, and that's okay if you don't, do you know how the most that one person has bought from you?
Some people have bought a case of cookies.
And how
from
many
us.
boxes are in a case?
About 12.
Yeah. So that'll last you a year, right? 1 box a month. Because you want to spread them out. You don't want to eat them all at once. There you go. Beth, I want to talk to you a little bit about, we're going to move these aside because the girls have a great opportunity to go somewhere pretty cool this year. So how many cookies does a Girl Scout have to sell in order to be able to go on this special camping trip?
Actually, it's some girls choose not to sell, and then some sell more. It kind of depends on how many they sell. We, as a troop, have done many different camping, and we've gone up to Sea Life in Mall of America and slept underneath the tanks, and we've done a lot of things. And so after 8 years, we kind of decided let's spread our wings a little, and we're going to go to Belize.
So do me a favor and move that other cookie away. So this is where Belize is.
Yep. So we're
Down in Mexico, near Mexico.
And so June of 2016, we were planning on doing that, and our troop would like to be able to pay for half of that trip. And so the kids are working. Cookies are our biggest fundraiser.
And so you have a goal in mind of how many cookies you'd like to sell to try and get towards that halfway point.
Yes.
Is this a Girl Scout thing where they plan this trip to Belize, or is your troop just said, let's do this together?
Well, our troop, EF Tours is what we're going through,
Okay.
and they do several trips for the Girl Scouts. And so we had a book, and we kind of narrowed down our favorites, and then the girls as a troop chose,
Sounds like
Belize.
an exciting adventure. And I know that oftentimes with Girl Scouts, the things that they do, the opportunities, even selling cookies, are all a way to kind of encourage them to become better people, to those skills. So thinking about going to Belize, what kind of skills and are you hoping to help the girls with there?
Well, I just think spanning their horizons, on top of going out of the country, we do donate an awful lot to other causes around. Every year we like to donate to different organizations, Ronald McDonald House, Beds for Kids, the Heifer International. We choose as a troop, where we're going to do some of that. But when we're over in Belize, we'll go to some schools and we'll do some touring over there as well. And hopefully the kids will just kind of get a better understanding of other cultures that are out there. And
which is really important. Our world is becoming so much smaller with all of the access we have to the internet and all those kind of things. It's important to kind of know there's other things out there. Yeah. So as a mom and selling cookies, how have you seen these two grow in kind of marketing themselves and their opportunities?
Well, they've gained a lot of self-confidence. They have to talk to lots of different people, especially at booths. They've had to deal with rejection as well, because not everybody's going to buy Girl Scout cookies from them. And actually, together working as a team is kind of neat to watch them, though. When we find out how many they sell, they kind of get their little prize list, and they, okay, you want this, and they kind of divide it up. And now with them having the goal of 1,000, working together to possibly get that iPod.
Well, we're going to put your phone number on, because if people are looking for Girl Scout cookies and they don't know Girl Scout personally, you can always contact these two lovely ladies and they'll be glad to help you find the cookies that will meet your needs. Yes. Ellie, what's your favorite thing about Girl Scout Cookie Time?
I like to talk to new people and see what they like to eat, how many cookies people actually try to buy and stuff. And it's just kind of fun to get the experience.
Yeah. And for you, what's your favorite thing about Girl Scout Cookie Time, Miss Anna?
One of them is eating the cookies.
Oh, I love your honesty. Yeah.
And then I just selling them to people.
Talking to people. Like you showed me a badge that you have on the back of your thing, that last year was the coldest cookie season that experience. So you guys actually got a badge for standing outside of the Walmart and doing that. So hopefully this year it won't be as cold. Maybe, I don't know. So far it's been okay. But so people can find you outside of Walmart, or they can call the number on the bottom of the screen. There's also a website. But good luck on this, you guys. I'm really proud of you for trying to do this. And good luck to you, because I know you have a lot of storage issues with all those cookies that you deal with. But when does the cookie sale start?
February 14th,
So
and
that's
it goes through the last weekend of March.
Good. Ladies, thank you for your time. Thanks for taking a little time off school. We do appreciate it. We'll be right back. Please stay with us.
Hi, my name is Dave Efforts with TPS Insurance. We're here to handle all your insurance needs. We are a very proud supporter of the Owatonna Today Show.
I didn't just want another job, I wanted a career, so I expressed myself.
I was new to town and I didn't know where to turn for a job, so I decided to express myself.
I decided to express myself, and they helped find the right career for me.
Express Employment Professionals is in contact with thousands of companies in need of quality employees. Come in now and get the job you deserve.
Express yourself today.
Hi, this is Doug Johnson at the Owatonna Business Incubator, a proud supporter of the Owatonna Today Show. We'd like to welcome you to the incubator. If you're a small business, whether you're existing or a startup, we can help you with office space, manufacturing or warehouse, and free confidential counseling.
Welcome to Bremer Bank. I am Jason Iberg.
And I am Shannon Pedersen.
Bremer is a full financial services bank.
We invite you to stop by Bremer Bank and experience the Bremer difference.
You are always welcome at Bremer.
Hello, I'm David Einhaus with the Owatonna Foundation. Thank you to all of our donors who have helped make Owatonna a better place to live. Will you join us today with a financial gift? Owatonna Foundation is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
And we're back. I have with me in studio Anita Benson. Hello.
Hello. You're Steele County Engineer.
Correct.
And thank you so much for joining us today. Because what you do in the community really affects people on a day-to-day basis. it improves their lives, it makes their commute better, it makes their streets safer. So
that's what we work for.
Yeah, well, it's a really important thing to do. So we're talking today specifically, though, about 26th Street.
Right.
And so tell me, first of all, what has been some of the concerns that we need, because this has been kind of a large project that you've worked on.
Right. We started this study. The county board initiated it last spring in April to conduct a traffic and infrastructure improvements needs study for 26th Street that's going to take a long view picture, over the next 15 years, what improvements do we need to do to make that corridor function for everybody that's using it, from people traveling in motorized vehicles to pedestrians and bicyclists.
Because I know part of the concern was when they built the water park was that 26th Street, so kind of making sure that everything is, again, user-friendly.
Right, and we've seen a significant amount of development on 26th Street just since I've been here, approximately 7 years. We have the hospital and clinic located out in the Interchange area, along with the Coda living community that's been added. That's added a significant amount of traffic in that particular area of the corridor.
And so when this street was first built, they didn't even consider that this would have been developed like this.
Well, there were, I think it was back in 2009, the county did one of their projects, complete reconstruction of the easterly segment, and that did take into account the growth that was projected. However, when the hospital and clinic went out on the west end of it, was part of that was a gravel road, and in 2008 or 2009 we paved a portion of that, and since then the city's constructed 24th Avenue to the west. And so there's been a lot of change right in around the area of the Interchange, and more to come as more commercial development would come into that area.
Which we're always looking for, to grow our community bigger.
Right.
And so you've decided that this is something that needs to be looked at now. How have you decided to project out what kind of development will be done? How do you do that as an organization?
With this study, we're working hand in hand with the City of Owatonna engineering and planning staff, and along with MnDOT. They're part of our project team. Because of I-35, obviously, what we do affects them. So looking at the city's comprehensive plan, their zoning and commercial growth and residential growth that they've identified along the corridor, we also utilized a study that they had done on a few years back on the amount of demand there is for commercial development as the city grows, and we've accounted for all of those in the numbers and the traffic projections that would come from the different kinds of development.
Okay, so you've had, because of this is such an impactful program, you've actually had a couple of meetings already.
Right.
So tell me a little bit about the history of those meetings.
We've had 2 public open house meetings where our initial one, we as engineers had identified what we saw as concerns with the corridor. We drive the corridor, we use it, we look at it with a little different set of eyes than probably our average user. And so our initial meeting, we were looking at just to identify what is the problem, or what are the problems, what are the challenges that our users experience, whether you're driving or walking or biking, how do you see the corridor, and what are the challenges and problems you see. We look at traffic safety, pedestrian safety, any number of things, congestion, especially on the west end. We have intersections of concern there. So the first meeting that we looked at what were the things we were hearing from people, we refined that and came back with, at our second meeting, that these are the concern areas, these are the problem areas, and we kind of just checked in and say, did we hit on all of those? And we had it was kind of neat. We had a whole different set of attendees at our second public meeting, so we had some new concerns brought up, which was very, very, very helpful to hear from our users. And now we do have another meeting coming up in February on the 12th at 5 o'clock at the Mayo Clinic, where we've held all of our meetings. They have a nice conference room there, and it's convenient, where we'll be presenting some implementation project priorities for the next 15 years for construction.
And this meeting is for anyone who has any concerns about this development.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And the more people that come, if you've been to a public meeting before, please come back, see what we've done with your input, and offer us some more. And if you haven't been to a meeting yet, please come, and that will also help inform our study.
Well, like you mentioned, having a new crop of people come in.
Right.
So you brought for us today a few ideas.
Right.
So tell me a little bit about this first PowerPoint that you have, or not? I guess it's just a.
I think the first slide really I think we've talked about, which is really our purpose for the study and the need for it. We're looking at developing a long-term plan for the.
Sorry, it's not very.
Technical
Did it just break?
difficulties. I think I broke it, but I'll just hold it up.
Okay,
though.
that sounds good.
We'll make it work. So one of the purposes of the study and one of the goals was to develop a access blueprint where the primary access points will be and where the secondary access points will be along the corridor. Currently, we have 20 public access points and 17 private access points along the corridor, which the county's done a relatively good job over the years as this developed from a rural two-lane development and the city grew. We would prefer fewer access points from a safety standpoint. Anytime you introduce an access point on a roadway, that you're introducing conflict points where you have the potential to interact in a negative way, i.e. crash into another vehicle. So with the traffic levels we expect on this corridor and the speeds that we have with this being the North Belt Line, it was important to develop this access blueprint so that developers and property owners know what the overall goal is, and as a development.
So this is the red dots are what you're hoping to be the primary access points.
Right. The red dots would be the primary access points, and the yellow dots would be secondary type access points. The red ones would eventually need signalization or roundabouts or some sort of traffic control or stop signs as traffic level grows. Now on the east end of the corridor, we aren't seeing a lot of changes coming out of this study with traffic levels we're projecting over the next 20 years. But on the west end of the corridor, obviously we have significantly higher traffic levels right now. We are having some significant traffic issues right now at some of these intersections, and just looking at
this is a potential option for
this is a potential option. This is an option of signalizing intersections.
And just so people give people a point of reference, where's 35?
I-35 is right here, and you can see the west frontage roads are X'd out, so those would be closed and rerouted. We have a couple of different options for rerouting, one in front of the hospital clinic property, tying in. We also have another concept routing around the north side of the property that would tie into 24th.
But the reason for that, again, is point of entry to kind of make it a little safer.
Right. Well, there really isn't, the way the I-35 ramps and the frontage roads and all of these things are so close together, there's not room to fit left and right-hand turn lanes in. They all take up space, and it really becomes very complicated and unsafe without eliminating the access points and increasing the spacing.
Okay, so let's go to the next one. So this would be a signal option.
This would be a signalized option. And we also developed a roundabout concept. It's very similar. Interestingly enough, at the public meetings we've had so far, we've seen support for roundabouts and far more openness than I guess I had anticipated, knowing some of the history and some of the other locations in the community roundabouts have been considered. But I think people have become more familiar with them as they're constructed throughout the state and even in our county. So we have roundabouts. We have another interesting option, which we don't really have time to get into today, but on our website, 26thstreetstudy.com, you can see a lot more detail on these, but it's a diverging diamond interchange, and it's a little bit different. It does involve a signal, but it it operates
And
differently.
if people have questions, they can always contact you.
Absolutely.
And you can give them more. And of course, go to the meeting. Again, when is
Right.
the meeting?
February 12th at 5 p.m. A formal presentation will start at 5:30, and that's at the Mayo Clinic at their conference room here in town.
And it's so important for people to come because it affects them. And if they're going to complain about it later, they might as well put their 2 cents in now.
Right. And we do have, there's one of our more immediate needs, hope we have time to cover, is the intersection at State Avenue and 45. That one of our more immediate projects will either be signalization of that intersection or construction of a roundabout. However, we have a big question that needs to be answered with this study, and a big expensive question is that in the long run, do we need to do an overpass of the railroad at this location? With the hospital located where it is, it is a big concern.
Good. So this is something that will be talked about as well.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Anita, for your time. I really do appreciate it.
Thank
and
you.
helping us understand a little bit more about what might be coming down the road.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
We'll be right back. Please stay with us.
Hi, Warren Abraham, Abraham Consulting Technologies, your one-stop technology shop. We support the Owatonna Today Show.
Owatonna Public Utilities, real people, real reliable, real progress.
Making life a little easier day after day, taking pride in our community, listening to what you say, a voice you can talk to. We're growing with you in mind in everything we do.
Owatonna Public Utilities.
And let's take a quick look at some of your community service announcements. The Steele County Historical Society is pleased to announce children's programming for Thursday, February 5th at 9 and 6:30. The 9 o'clock is for preschool-age children, the History Detectives. They will meet and talk about love and the history of Valentine's Day. They'll get to make a Valentine along with other activities. And then later that day, it's the Time Travelers for kids kindergarten through 6th grade at 6:30. They're also learning about Valentine's Day, and they'll create a card and do other related activities as well. This is a free opportunity, and they are offered the first Thursday of each month. Riverbend Nature Center is hosting a lifelong learning class for senior citizens. This is February 4th from 1 to 3, and the topic of conquering fears. They will discuss the psychology of fear, and then participants are invited to try conquering some of their own fears with the assistance of Riverbend's animal ambassadors. The cost is $5, and pre-registration is encouraged but not required. You can register by calling them at 507-332-7151. This Saturday, February 7th, plan to attend Read Around the World events sponsored by Kiwanis Club of Owatonna for preschool to 3rd grade students at the Owatonna Public Library. The event is from 10 to 11 and will feature 6 celebrity readers, including me. I don't know what they were thinking, but I'll be there. And I'm going to be reading Alexander and the Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day. So you can check that out. Each child will also receive a free book to take home. That is this Saturday from 10 to 11:30. Thanks so much for joining us right here on the Owatonna Today Show. We'll be back on Friday when we are talking about the Owatonna Art Center and what's coming up for their Valentine's Day, and a special candlelight ski all coming up. We'll check it out then. See you later.